of Allah, the most merciful. This is Amir Sultan, QHSC Business International CEO. I hope you are following on my videos. Today I will be talking on chapter number 235. Before I proceed to chapter number 235, I would like all of you to subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell button after doing that. Moreover, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn and Twitter. Thank you so much. Chapter number 235 is about SOP of HSC risk assessment. SOP of risk assessment is very important and it is done appropriately for the standards of health and safety and like 45001 2018 of ISO and other standards where it is mandatory to be done for all the health and safety. In the brief overview of this SOP, first of all, scope is structured in which we write down about the areas and the boundaries for which the risk assessment, HSC risk assessments need to be done. Then comes down the purpose. In the purpose, we will highlight about the significance of this SOP, which needs to be written, how it will be structured, and how it will be giving the information for the person, for the reader, when it will be reading it, going through the said SOP. Then comes up definitions. In the definition sector, we will define about the risk, what is risk assessment, what is HSC risk assessment, how it is done, likelihood, severity. These type of things need to be defined in the definition sectors. Then we comes down to the responsibilities. As CEO is the main head of the person in most of the organizations, or other personnel, chairman, CEO, MD, these all the heads of the organization will be the ultimate responsible for having a safe risk assessment applied all over the organization throughout the year with zero LDA as an answer. For example, all the risk assessments which have been evaluated for 1 year needs to be calculated, need to be solved out by the end of that fiscal year. That is the responsibility of the CEO. Then comes down the HSC manager or HSC department, whose responsibility is to implement and solve all the HSC issues, risks initiated during the year properly by the close by the beginning of the next year. Then other people, personas, whoever the persons department exists in the organizations, their responsibilities are defined accordingly. Then comes down the process. In the process sector, we will define about the HSC risk assessment, how it is done and how it is done amicably, appropriately and significantly, so that the results of that comes down very in a right way. In the main thing about this SOP process is the two tables which needs to be listed down about the likelihood and the severity. In the likelihood, the significance of that risk need to be done and evaluated from 0 to 5. That what is the likelihood? It is will be done? How it will be? Are there chances, or there are more chances for this? Or what is the likelihood intensity of that risk need to be comes down when it is calculated. Then the severity. In the severity sector, we'll define about the how much severe the incident can be. It will be defined also from 1 to 5, where like it will be minor injury, first aid injury, hospitalization, whatever. So these things are defined in the severity table. Then comes down the metrics of the HSC risk assessment. In the metrics of the HSC risk assessment, we will have likelihood and severity. Both things are placed down in the metrics, which gives right down the values of low, medium, high or extreme high risk from the values we get from the table. So when the any of the risk is evaluated, the points are put in the metrics to get the value of the risk, how significant it is. Then we apply the control measures on it, and we write down how the control measures are applied, and then these things have been solved in appropriate way. And then in the last thing, we will define about the records. In the records, we will define about the two tables, the two forms which need to be write down properly. Like one form is about the information about the organization where the risk assessment done, and the second thing is about how the form, the table in which all the calculation need to be done about the risk assessment. I give you one example. For example, there is a big building, 10-story building in making, and the company's personnel says to evaluate the risk assessment of that. There will be so many things when the building is in the construction, that how to calculate the risk assessment of that. For example, working at height. If I take example of the working at height, and this I find out that the people working at height are not wearing the proper PPs, then how we will calculate the risk? We will see which areas they are working. Are they wearing safety harness? Are they wearing proper safety shoes, proper gloves, proper goggles, proper helmet, everything? Not. If they are not wearing anything, then we will calculate about from the tables of likelihood and severity that what kind of risk that comes out. For example, from this the risk comes out to be on the high scale. If the risk comes out to high scale, then we have to put immediate actions on it. For example, the control measures of providing safety harness, providing all safety PPs like safety shoes, safety jacket, safety helmet, safety goggles, safety gloves need to be provided, and make it sure that every person working at height needs to wear that, and they are not allowed to do any work at height whenever they are going to do that sort of thing. When both things are applied, and then again when we calculate the risk, it comes out to be medium or low, and later on it finished on. And then one more thing about the risk assessment SOP is residual risk. Residual risk is the risk which is left over after all the applied or control measures applied on a one or the risk, and still there is some risk remaining. That is a residual risk. For that thing, we put another control measures to make it solve out for good. This is a brief thing I'm giving you about the SOP of HSC risk assessment. If you need more information, more details, reports, recommendations, you can contact me anywhere in the world at +92 335 734 7400, and you can reach me on my email at amirsultnrana@yahoo.com. Thank you so much.